Hello, hello. Hai korang. Selamat petang. Apa saya kena buat ya? Aku dah lupa. Hari ini kita akan bermain Genshin Impact. Sebab hari ini I got a big news. Fontaine sudah datang. Hai Yura underscore. Hello, welcome to the stream. So, Ongkai pula. Apa nama? Fontaine dah masuk. So ada ni this new character. Nama dia Lene. Firebolt character. Dan dia ada kembar dia Lynette ni kau boleh dapat free dengan I think ada something kat sini nanti. Ada satu ni kat sini boleh invite dia and then you got Lynette tu free lah. Korang akan dapat ni free satu. Tu je nak beritahu. Sebelum kita gerak ke Fontaine, mari kita buat the dailies. Biasanya dapat main update baru. Oh ya, update baru dia besar saja. Apa game dah malam install. Lepas tu dia punya dalam lagi. Ratus tu 100 lebih gig. Apa yang kat phone tu aku tak tahu macam mana. Aku tengoklah map baru dia aku tengok tak ada lebih besar mana, besar ni aja. Besar ni je map dia. Tapi dia makan space banyak tu. Kat phone 97 GB kat PC berapa entah semalam 100 lebih rasanya. Satu lebih gig. Dah lebih kurang macam dia lagi besar lebih kurang macam GTA. GTA baru 110 gig. Ini almost 200. Dalam 180 kot. Memang gila update kali ni, betul? Saya setuju. Kau bayangkan lah, itu baru Fontaine. Itu baru sedebuk dia bagi tu. Belum lagi yang map-map yang lain. Kau bayangkan the whole Teyvat punya map dah release kan. Aku rasa I think half terabyte 500 gig plus minus kalau PC lah. Memang aku tak main lah time tu. Memang tak main dollar, sanggup tengok orang main je, betul? Sanggup tu main. Aku pun sekarang Genshin pun dah tone down sikit main Genshin. Sebab ni kot. Sebab mostly event-event yang dia bagi tu banyak yang berulang. Dia punya pattern dia. Lepas tu dia punya size pun agak mengancam juga. Size dia paling tak relax lah. Aku habiskan daily ni, lepas baru kita gerak ke Fontaine. Nok, mana muka Nok? Tak boleh lah. No camera. Malas nak make up. Ni apa benda? Buka wajah Aisyah. Tak mau. Aisyah segan. Aisyah! Aku gak bisa ya. Sebab aku malas nak make up. Sebab saya ada jelawat. I don't want it. Saya ada jerawat mah. Muka saya cantik baru saya buka cam. Siapa acu? Tahu lah bawa tak dengar je. Kayu hangat. Kita terusin. Sebab apa malas make up? Sebab boleh dia. Betul? Sorry aku patut dah buka game tadi tapi macam dapur kau Fontaine. Dapur. Ni planet ni tak nak lah. Tak minat. Aku nak full tu pula. Aku nak full ni Furina tu, Archon Hydro tu. Tapi bila aku tengok announcement live stream hari tu, kau tahu dia keluar apa? Lepas banner ni, banner Lynette ni, dia keluar ni tau, dia keluar Zhongli tau. So aku rasa macam kenapa kau keluar Zhongli dulu? So sekarang ni aku I'm in the budget, which is aku akan pull Zhongli. After that I'm gonna stop pull Zhongli lagi, and then I'm gonna pull Purina. Kau tak nak pull, kau push. Kau nak aku push kau. Oh, I see. Banyak update aku tinggal ni Update kali ni kalau PC kan lagi besar tu. Malah aku check. Sekejap aku check kat Facebook balik. Pas malam besar gila tu. Like 100 lebih kalah GTA. Mana semalam dia orang bagi tahu? Kalah GTA punya space tu. Mana semalam? Mana ni? Oh, pre-install semalam. Kalau unzip 66.56 GB. Tak ada 100. 60 GB lebih macam tu lah. Aku silap tengok ni. Aku pre-install je semalam. Hari ni tak buka lagi Genshin kat PC. Ada lagi 2 update. Dah pre-install, betul update lagi. Lepas tu tunggu loading lagi. Kau bayangkan yang first time install Genshin. Mau tak pisang dia install dengan apa update baru. I think total yang first time install kan, total like 100 lebih. Aku rasa 100 GB lebih. Macam aku cakap, dah lebih kurang macam GTA dah. Yang mobile aku tak tahu. Yang mobile berapa yang semalam aku tengok. Mobile 33.55 GB. Itu pun I think betul lah. Ni ada orang tulis sekali dia update 33.55 GB. Punyalah kau update dia. Nasib baiklah pun dia punya storage cukup lagi. Kalau tak macam mana nak update. Nak tebel lah install benda lah ni. Yelah, makin banyak map baru makin besar storage weh. Aku rasa aku tahu tu sebab apa dia besar. Kau tengok lah. Yang ni tak kisahlah kan, yang Sumeru ni. Kau tengok yang kosong-kosong ni. Dekat apa? Yang dekat Inazuma ni. Apa function dia kosong-kosong lah? Dekat laut ni. Ada benda pun. Kalau macam ni tak apalah kan. Ni lah yang kata tengah-tengah laut ni. Kau nak buat apa? Tengah laut ni. Kau bubur Fontaine kat tengah ni. Fontaine kau tahu dia tak kat mana? Ni lah. Starting daripada Sumeru ni. Ni lah. Dia bagi sedebu kat sini. Tak faham saya lah.
Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward. Ad Astra Abyssosque.
Cerita Malaysia nanti jangan risau. Kalau otak dia Malaysia besar tu gila. Aku install Genshin Cloud je kat phone. Main bila aku kat luar negeri je. Itu pun 15 minit free je. Aduh. Yang Genshin Cloud tu kau subscribe apa? Nvidia punya ke apa? GeForce punya tu ke apa? Kalau 15 minit berapa ringgit kena ni? Kena bayar. Baru saya nak main sebab Fontaine tahu-tahu Masya Allah gig dia. Tua tu. Adalah Hoyoverse ni. Oh, Hoyoverse ada keluar ni cloud storage kena bayar. Kalau free aku main kat situ je lepas ni. Tapi 15 minit Aku ada tengok tu ada orang post dia main Genshin dekat cloud storage kan. Like dia habiskan tu the whole quest tu dengan benda lah tu. Dia bagi 5 jam free. 15 minit daily punya. Kalau dah habis 5 jam tu kena top up. okey lah tu. Ya 15 minit tu kalau 5 jam tu dah habis, 15 minit tu kira juga ke? Macam mana? Aku main 15 minit untuk daily commission je aku buat, faham? Ke 15 minit tu untuk 5 jam tu? So, nampaknya kita ni dah habis. You should be to Peripherals. Is it the time to go Fontaine? Maka I'm scared. 15 minit tu dia bagi free setiap hari. So pandai-pandai dalam main tu. Oh, faham. So 5 jam tu just like untuk kau macam ni juga, untuk kau buat story yang berbagai tu kan, untuk 5 jam tu kan. Boleh lah, okey lah, 15 minit dia bagi free untuk buat daily commission tu. Aku risau ni, kalau kiranya the whole map dah ada kan, apa kau kena?
Now let Paimon think. What were we up to the first time we came here? Oh, Paimon remembers. Nahita's consciousness had been trapped by the doctor, but we followed the clues she left behind to help her. So much time has already passed since then, and it seems Sumeru's changing for the better now that Nahita's in charge, right? Paimon just hopes this peace will last a long time, and then Nahita won't have any more new problems to deal with. Yeah, guess you're right. We somehow always find ourselves right in the thick of it. Who knows what will happen next? Come to think of it, maybe it's all because of you. Maybe you're just a magnet for trouble.
Berani salahkan aku. Ini semua salah kau, Paimon.
Me? Before Paimon ran into you, Paimon never ran into any trouble. At most, when she was super tired, Paimon got caught in some strange whirlpool and sucked out into sea. And even then, you fished Paimon out. Anyway, for Nahita's sake, maybe we should think about heading to our next destination for now.
Let's stop Fontaine.
Ah, look who it is. Running into you in a place like this?
Dia.
I can see you two still love wandering around.
Oh, it's Dia! Since when are we just wandering around? We're usually taking care of some serious business. Even though it may have nothing to do with our journey. But never mind that. What brings you here?
I just finished a commission in the desert for a usual client of mine. Nothing too interesting. Just escorting a shipment of goods. I'm on my way to report back. That's when I saw you two all the way over there, chatting away. What were you two talking about anyway?
We're preparing to leave Sumeru and head to Fontaine.
Huh?
Ada saja yang jahat.
Can't say I saw that coming. But you are travelers after all. I guess you'd never stay for too long in one place. Bumping into you like this will become a rarity. I'm starting to feel sad just thinking about it.
Ya, free 5
How
jam.
about I
So
gather a
kalau
few mercs to escort you
kalau
to?
habis kena top up,
What do you say?
kena guna duit. So kalau nak buat story ke apa, baik GCC or guna PC
You'd miss us so
/console. Tak pun install je dekat
much.
phone tu gitu.
To see
Sounds good. All you need to do to get to
Betul.
Fontaine is cross this stretch of desert and navigate some waterways. Knowing you two, I'm sure it won't be anything you
Halo
can't
Kak
handle.
Yang, selamat datang. Hai Ara.
So,
Wih, Daya.
when you leave
Apa yang Daya? Dehya gila. Bukan Daya. Daya tu yang sabun baju tu.
Oh, wait a sec. Paimon just remembered there are still a few dishes in Sumeru that Paimon hasn't tried yet. Now, where's that list Paimon made?
I see. Guess you won't be needing a going away
Oh,
party.
dia tu
right?
Daya. Oh, lain ni.
It's sad enough to see you go like this. Though, now that I think about it, Sumeru wouldn't be what it is today without you. Seems true heroes always prefer leaving quietly.
By the way, should we go say bye to Nahida? Oh, good point. Then there's no need to bother her in the real world.
Then, I guess this is goodbye for now, Traveler in Paimon. Whether as a client or a friend, you're always welcome to come find me.
Take care. Ganya.
Goodbye,
Lo
dear.
dulu masa dia orang rebrand.
Sumeru.
Rebrand apa? Oh, Daya tu. Ayo baru je tekan live. Yung dah rasa ngantuk. Aduh, tidur je lah. Tidur je lah, Fif. Sabut Daya tu. Tak, Acad ni tu pelik-pelik lah Acad ni. Cantik bodoh. Very good, very nice. Macam nak ni. Kamera. Control H. Cantik tu. Very nice. Aduh, spoiler. Aduh, sorry. Apa tu tengok? Orang ni. Ayo nyanyi sikit. Boleh dapat tidur. Nyanyi apa ni? Dapat tidur. Apa tu? Apa ni? So, nak aku nyanyi lullaby untuk kau ni? Tak malu? Aku pijak dulu. Nyanyi sikit lagu tidur ke? Atau lagu ini lagu? Sini aku pijak kau. Terus boleh tidur. Ya halau aku dah okey lah. Keluar dulu. Jangan keluar. Janganlah keluar. Orang ni tak sport rim lah. Rumah apa ni? Rumah Maritime Harbour. Lalu rahsia do. Banyaknya umang-umang. There's a lot umang-umang here. Cicak. Lari. Oh, ada something.
Enhanced animal module 75.
Oh, so sorry.
Tu je. ni? Pasha teman je kat yang member tu tengah happy life hari ni gayanya. Yelah, kan baru lepas join family Game Boy.
What's the hurry?
Apa yang happy?
Catch the wind.
Mana saya happy? Kenapa tak rasa tengok saya happy ke? Okay. Okay lah, saya tak nak happy lah. Boleh tak macam tu? Sebab boleh dek. Oh, kau yang tak happy join. Bagi dia okey. Kenapa?
Animal test 6308.
That's not what I meant.
Uphill battle. There is no escape. Absorption test.
Mati pun.
If only I
Ini.
stumbled upon lab supplies as often.
Morning flower. Kata nak tidur. Rajin betul mengomen. Mud frog. Oh.
Cool it. This moment will be frozen.
Animal hypostasis simulation. Animal test 6308.
Jangan tidur lepas asar. Tak baik. Yo, bunyi echo lah dalam bila dalam cave. Ya. Echo shop.
Illusion shattered.
Congratulations Kak Yung. Thank you dua orang
Swirl.
yang mana support aku daripada aku from nobody to nobody but you.
Don't get frostbite.
Sayang orang.
Absorption test. Stand clear. There is no escape. Provisions are vital.
Kita jalan jauh dulu. Baru kita ke Fontaine. 2017 aku ingat aku nampak kau dalam chat JMY dulu. Sampai sekarang kau dah jadi geng dia orang. Aku join JMY pun lambat. Like ujung ke tengah bulan. Ujung bulan ke tengah bulan 2017. Lepas tu nak pergi mana ni? Oh, bawah tu ada boat. Kalau ikutkan 2016 aku dah follow NJMY, tapi aku macam itu macam ni kan. Macam tak aktif sangat.
Breathtaking.
Sebab time tu zaman belajar lagi. Mungkin aku suatu hari nanti tiba boleh nak. ...2016 kat Universe. Tak, aku macam 2016 tu ada join. Like ada je masuk, tapi tak adalah aktif sangat. Time tu pun tak kenal anybody from NJMY tu. Bila Fluffy dah apa, dah masuk NJMY, dia dah viral, baru aku kenal diorang. Sama lah zaman dulu tu diorang post video kan. Lepas tu the first video engineer yang aku tengok video diorang main PUBG. Oh, kulus. Hydroculus. Dulu saya buat belajar juga macam kau. Faham? Sekarang dah habis belajar ni boleh lah. Boleh lah tengok.
After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it! Oh, this must be Fontaine's port! Wow! Everything looks so advanced in Fontaine! Paimon's heard that the industry here is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual machines! Just seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to do. What do you think?
Risaukan nak update Genshin sekarang rosak lagi hihi. Tapi now dah pakai M.2.
Good idea. Nahida gave us loads of useful information.
Masuk lah.
Seeking out the 7 is probably still our best source for information at this point. Yeah, the more we can learn, the better. So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? Will we get along? Nahida said that she has a very unique personality, whatever that means. To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
If you ask me, it's a
Problem
tragedy
hutang
how
2K
things
tak
ended.
settle lagi.
Clearly, he was a pretty decent person.
Hutang apa tu?
I didn't expect that kind of ending for
Beli
him.
laptop baru ke?
I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family. I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened. Still, his story is quite the tearjerker.
Excuse me. Can I help you two? I couldn't help but notice you standing here listening.
Hi. We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask, but you seem to be really busy talking about some kind of play, so we didn't want to interrupt.
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In fact, it's a case that was just heard a few days ago.
Really? Like a real trial? But the way you were talking about it and the words you used just now made it sound like some kind of story.
Isi sama je hari tu. Rosak cuma tukar storage tu M.2.
In what you
Oh,
see in
tapi
reality
apa
may
yang
also
sampai
be
2000?
deliberately putting on an act while
Kau beli
harboring
apa?
ulterior motives. Whether
Mesti beli
something
handphone
is
kan?
true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage is splendid enough. Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese, or more commonly known as just the Opera House.
But, shouldn't court cases be treated a little more seriously than that? And
1K hutang kat PC tu. Lagi 1K
It's just that
hutang kat dunia. Gaji tak bayar-bayar.
a very serious thing.
No worries.
Dengan dunia
Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. You could say that we just don't want to waste the moving stories behind those cases. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette, as well as the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a machine created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
You're a trees? Is it some kind of machine too? Oh, Paimon's curious. We should check it out if we get the chance. Wait, I Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question. Do you know what we should do if we want to meet the Hydro Archon?
Oh, that's easy.
Hutang bini
Just
kat
go
dia
to
kata.
the opera house.
Hutang
Lady
bini?
Farina practically lives there.
Kau kahwin ke?
They say it's her biggest passion.
I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon personally. In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has any time slots available.
Ya, BMA.
Huh. Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff? Wait, didn't you say that she's always at the opera house?
No, Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the
Ah,
nation's
Farina.
affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is
No, aku tak kahwin lagi. Ayo,
she's
salah faham.
incredibly popular.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon.
Kau lah tulis tadi.
If she
Hutang
makes
bini
things
kat
a
Ayun
little
kata.
dramatic from time to time, people
Aku ingat
can't
kau dah
get
kahwin.
enough of her.
Huh. First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before.
Never mind, forget what I said. Lol.
Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon is kinda like a big celebrity here, right?
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could even say our mascot.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of visitors. Otherwise, I might get arrested and find myself face to face with Monsieur Nouvelette.
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro
Nak charge phone kejap. Plus nak makan. Terus sampai rumah ni. Okay, Nat.
Who knows how long making an appointment will take? Guess we could have a look around the city in the meantime. Hey! What are you looking over there for? Huh. Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she?
Dengar.
Maybe we
Makan
better
apa?
check on her.
Fred 2 hari Aci 2 hari Aci makan Maggi je. Okey lah tu Fred. Daripada tak makan langsung, at least ada makanan.
Hello?
Jasmine, thank you Nat.
Are you alright?
Huh? I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there. See?
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
No people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually
Hari
just
tu
an
je dah
inland
sehari
lake
lebih
of
tak makan.
fresh water.
Moral tak ada, good tinggal
Now
boleh
I
puasa
can
sunat.
still see that hill clearly in my memories. Now it's been completely submerged. He would skip and jump, tossing
Kenapa tak ada duit
stones in the
saving?
wind. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of the sea. But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memories. It won't be long before it swallows us.
Boleh makan nasi dengan telur.
Sorry, Paimon doesn't really get what you mean.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Oh, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine. We were just talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all.
Duit saving lebuh kat repair motor dah rosak. Faham?
Really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason. So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories? And that it won't be long before it engulfs you too?
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word.
Hai Pak Musha.
That implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no
Betul dia
doubt
stream.
about what's happening in Fontaine now.
Yang pun main Fontaine.
Where to begin?
Baru update. Aku macam nak malas nak stream tapi macam
Let's put that
aduh,
question on hold for a
Fontaine.
moment.
Tak aku
We
stream.
still haven't formally greeted each
Kalau
other
aku
yet,
tak
have
stream
we?
sekarang,
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
sampai ke malam ada spoiler
Hello,
dekat
traveler.
TikTok.
And hello, Paimon.
Nak simpan pula untuk Zhongli. Tapi Lenny ni sakit tak?
Fun at Paimon, are you?
Aku tak pull ni, Lenny.
Don't take
Aku
offense.
pull
Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in
Aku pull
Fontaine
Zhongli.
when making new friends. You should remember it.
Tapi aku risau lepas Zhongli Furina, which is Archon Hydro. So aku macam
Just happy to
aku akan pull Zhongli tapi I'm saving kot.
just getting ready to
After that aku takkan, aku nak full
to show us the way.
apa? Full
So you're going to see Lady Farina.
full ni Zhongli, tapi bila ada Archon Hydro tu masuk aku macam okay lah. Save it for later lah. Lenny ni tadi aku test tadi. Not bad lah attack dia. Dia punya apa ni dia punya apa nama? Dia punya bow dia bagi crit damage. So kalau kau ada party member pyro, at least 3 kot termasuk dia, kau boleh dapat dalam 100,000 lebih.
Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see you.
Nak pull yang Abang Furina. Abang Furina mana yang tinggi ke? Ni nanti keluar ni. Furina.
So, she's the Hydro Archon? But how did she know we were looking for her?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu. As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast
Pati
in
dia lawa tu.
honor of this traveler
Sebelah kanan lain, sebelah kanan lain.
who have journeyed here from distant lands.
long heard of the turmoil and chaos you left in your wake as you visited other nations. But I welcome you nevertheless. No.
Si Furina ni dia lebih kurang je macam Raiden. Ya. Suka duel.
Here is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless.
Aduh, spoiler. Tak gerak-gerak. Belum mati dia lawa tu.
Your sincerity. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly behold my power and witness my authority. Intelligent people always gather under the correct banner.
Correct banner.
Councilor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes. But the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? A little over the top? Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. I suppose it's only natural for you to be awestruck by my abilities. You had best stop and consider. Do you
Rambut dia macam ni tu, obo-obo kokomi.
and etiquette necessary to communicate
Very
with
cute.
a god? All it takes
Oh, Mama ni yang
is
beritahu.
my finger for me to know everything about you.
Whoa, talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough? What else should I say then?
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina? Is there some kind of drama going on?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about. Lady Farina came here to personally see him. Oh, I bet this is going to be the duel of the century.
Ooh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never disappoint.
Jauh lah lawan-lawan ni.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy, and despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their ruckus. You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and this traveler from another land, just as you were hoping to see.
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Fighting God, I got a resume. Aku rasa yang polis ni nanti keluar ni lagi apa? Lagi ramai.
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorend. I
Clorend?
admire his bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. He is obviously a true warrior. Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
Oh, yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor. I'm getting a bit old, to tell the truth.
You see. Then, as the god of justice, I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel. A duel in court!
Whoa, all right! Now that'll be worth seeing!
Right. This is Fontaine, after all. It's such a grand opera house, it would be a pity not to use it.
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera house. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Oh, we have reason to put you on trial. It's
Yes.
obvious, isn't
What
it?
obvious?
According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month. You are clearly guilty of violating this law, no?
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's our Lady Farina. No one knows the laws of Fontaine like she does.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object? You mean Paimon?
Precisely! Now, if you two have no objections, then in the name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun, but if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Winnie! Finally someone who's not crazy. How could anyone call Paimon a flying object?
Ah, great magician Linny, my beloved citizen. I'll permit you to object, but how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did you do that?
What time dikenal ni kan? Oh,
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the traveler's hand all along. It was just that no one could see it before.
Huh? You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
tadi main puji orang tu.
I thought it was pretty good. Nice one.
Huh, I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina's charges no longer hold water.
Amusing. Very
Amusing.
amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy. With you here, today's performance can finally be called complete.
Itu je.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not bring charges against an innocent person. But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now. Toodaloo!
Ini.
don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. I didn't think it would actually come in handy. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Farina is?
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living.
Lini ni macam
My
siapa?
assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera House.
Albedo.
Isn't the Opera House where criminal trials
Si
are held in
Albedo.
Fontaine?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera
Penarinya
House
suara
hosts a
ada.
variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance can be a little blurred. And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate. Might I invite the two of you to see my performance?
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
I will be delighted.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the way. I just have something to take care of first. Oh, you really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your offer. This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Magic pocket.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that. You asked me before about the prophecy, right? Let me start by telling you a little more about what it entails. I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
What's name?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely? Why bother feeling guilty all the time?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Won't be long before it engulfs us. But now the word engulf us.
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, we've started distributing magic pockets to them. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people are moving their belongings.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day! But this is more than a bit of rain.
If the prophecy is true,
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby. Be sure to convince them to take it, regardless of what they say.
Like water this. Oh, apa ni?
Let's move out.
3 magic pocket eh. Distribute magic pocket to the nearby resident. Oh, sini je.
Let's move out.
Galati.
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, it's still gonna be a long time before the water can cover everything. Life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about the future all the time? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
You should still take it. You never know when it'll come in handy.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that if I start moving, that means I've already given up on the life I have now. I'd really rather not.
Orang dah bagi tu ambil je. Etin eh.
So you're the blonde traveler that everyone's been talking about. My apologies for not recognizing you earlier. Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. I guess it's better to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Thanks. Please, also thank the magician on my behalf when you get the
Benar
chance.
betul. Tidak menolak tawaran itu. Augurio.
What's this? So you also believe in the prophecy. Keep it. I won't have any use for it.
What? You mean you don't believe in the prophecy?
No, I believe in the prophecy. But I also believe in another story. The story says that people once lived in the ocean. They were one with the ocean and couldn't live apart from it. But as time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels, encapsulating the sea within their bodies. Thus could people set foot on land. So, if you ask me, when the water rises and takes us all, it'll be like we're going home.
Oh, we hadn't heard that one before. But people can't live underwater. They'll die. You should probably still take it.
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being dissolved into the water doesn't necessarily mean death.
Kan. Ambil je. Untuk lain ni. Sekejap. Ni tukar my team. Lama ni macam baru.
Where are we headed this time?
Cantik bodoh.
Oh, you already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what did people have to say? I bet you heard some interesting opinions.
Many are quite stubborn.
Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was thinking about bringing him some more materials.
So, light work.
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some Romaritime flowers. I remember seeing them near the waterfront on the east side of the harbor.
Rumah what? Kat mana atas tu? New.
It seems we have to use hydro to collect Romaritime flowers.
Ah. Satu je. Memang kutip banyak lah.
Let's move out.
Anything else? Okay. Back to the lanai.
Rust and rebuild.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. I've also finished collecting a few here. Maybe next time you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
No way. I'm in power saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any energy left for the performance at the Opera House.
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished here, we should get ready to head back to the court of Fontaine.
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the Opera House? Good. Paimon wants a tour of Fontaine's largest city and try...
Right? Right, what?
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's wrong with her? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Kenapa tergantung?
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really doing. Watch her movements carefully.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run. Alright, let's go.
Oh, ada lift ke situ? Oh, okay. Mana? Hilang robot. Mana? Yang atas ke? Naik lift. Go to the Romaritime Harbor, upper level. Imagine being active. Kenapa nak imagine? Hi boss, fake. Welcome to the stream.
Shine down.
Wah. Oh, tu belakang tu. Lawanya dia punya ni. Pakai pedang Tada. Dia ada railway. Oh, daripada sini ke? Maksud dia traveler kena infuse water ni baru boleh ni. Baru boleh breathe underwater. Dia tangkap masuk penjara. Siapa? Traveler? Awal lah. So kalau macam tu, for me, saya buang awak kejap. My traveler.
There's still a long road ahead.
Inilah. Spotify pula sekejap. Water. Okay. Water. 10, 7. Webcam boleh lah. Boleh lah. Dia nak letak apa? Hijau. Milan. Yeah. But I don't have anything else. Resonate with hydro.
Water jet!
Ooh. Water jet. Water. Udah anjing ya.
Water jet!
This is the spot where Lenny wanted us to wait.
Oh tu dia. Perempuan tu.
Oh, look! Isn't that her? Oh no! Did she notice us? She started running the other direction! What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might also be trying to lure us away. Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Lenny caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go find Lene.
How long will it take?
Tiba ke spawn sini. Mana? Tu hang.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you enough. I didn't notice a thing earlier. Anyway, I should be going now. Thanks again.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked back, she was already gone.
I saw the general direction she went, but Lenny twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure he was okay.
Oh, Did you get hurt, Lenny?
I'll be alright. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all. In fact, it's feeling better already.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to derail our performance as a result.
You're right. Sorry, Lynette. I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I had anticipated. But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though. Lenny's initiative paid off.
Alright, let's put this little detour behind us. We should go to the court of Fontaine now.
Ride the aqua bus to the court of Fontaine. Sebelum tu, kita jalan dulu tengok apa ada. What happened? Oh, dah berenang, aduh. Sorry,
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around. People in Fontaine really know how to use water.
This is an aqua bus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Whatever.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Siapa? Oh, ni. Siapa nama dia? Apa entah nama dia. Dah lupa ke aku.
Huh?
What?
Charlotte.
Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte!
Oh, I never guessed I'd bump into you while riding the aqua bus. In the story of my life, this is big news. What are you doing in Fontaine? I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
Yeah, it's quite the coincidence. But as travelers, we're always on the move. It's not surprising that nobody knew we were coming. Though we still have no idea how the Hydro Archon knew about us. Oh, let Paimon introduce you to our new friends.
Oh, no need for introductions, Paimon. I would recognize the great magician Lenny and his assistant Lynette anywhere. I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who they were. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Dan ni pun katanya dia nak bagi free.
Nice to meet you.
Charlotte ni.
Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Now that everyone knows each other, Fontaine suddenly doesn't feel like such an unfamiliar place.
Macam domain di belakang.
So, what have you been up to lately, Charlotte? Any big news?
Not too much. When there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. You're right. Seems you know me pretty well. What I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake the country. These smaller stories are a waste of my talents. Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately. Well, a series of cases, actually.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
That's right! These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious case we've ever seen. If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steambird, oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed. So, what is the serial disappearances of young women case? You mean the culprit hasn't been found? That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago. And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all of a similar age, and that they've all vanished without a trace. But the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever been found. Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen.
If a copycat criminal withhold, then there must be more than one criminal at work.
Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that every case has some precise truth behind it, waiting to be exposed.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation. I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
Kali kebetulan hilang. Isha. Jari Lynette pula.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Oh yo, cinematic.
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this. Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly. I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late. Okay, Hyman hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. See ya! Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time. What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone? Well, where should we go now?
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the materials we collected.
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge, Paimon wouldn't know where to start anyway.
So kita akan pergi ke rumah Lynette and Lynette, which is I don't know where. Apa ni? The city of rain and remembrance. Go to where Lenny is. Lovey. Huh. Kedai yang ni. Ni ke rumah kau?
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you sound very proud to have a diver as a brother, Linny.
What a talented family.
Linny, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me? Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry for the interruption. Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work. All right, I'll take these to the workshop.
Hujan. Tommy siap binatang. Udah baju tu.
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago? Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but don't worry, it'll clear up soon enough.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain. When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual. Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be comforted by the words of strangers. It rained for longer than I suspected. Oh, it's already getting late.
Was there something you needed to do,
Dah sampai malam dah tak masuk rumah lagi.
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Aeneas. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Oh, are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. You feel nervous delivering the materials for the magic pockets, is that it? Perhaps we could trouble the traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop and deliver them to the owner there? I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted, and the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been a little afraid of her.
No trouble at all. Don't worry, we're on the case.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such tasks. I'll think of a way to make it up to you.
Oh, no need, no need. This will be a walk in the park for us.
Go to Beaumont shop. Tadi mana yang ada? Beaumont. Oh, ada resipi baru. Aduh, pantas lah gila. Oh, coffee bean ada. Gonna buy that. Beli semua. Yeah, let's go. I'll buy your stuff. Tak mahal ke? Kita banyak duit mah.
Hello? Is there anyone here?
Oh, hello there. New customers?
Stella.
Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps you're just looking for a chat with me.
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making... what were they called again?
Magic pocket.
Ah, these must be for magic pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now. No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount. But they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
Wow. So, is Lenny actually loaded?
I can't say for sure, but who knows? Maybe there's good money to be made being a magician in Fontaine.
Hey, is this machine what you use to make stuff here? It looks really advanced.
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology, and wasting is a kind of crime.
But where does a big machine like that get its power from?
Well, it's a little complicated. I'm not sure I can put it in layman's terms for you. But basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy that's produced from trials.
Huh? How can trials produce energy?
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself, but basically, when a trial is in session, the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale harvests people's belief in
Apa dia jago tu?
justice and converts it into energy to be used all around
Oratrice
Fontaine.
mécanique.
So that's what its other function is?
Itu Francis tu.
The oratrice was created by the Archon to make judgments. But Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines? Oh yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power for all of Fontaine, right?
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called pneumosia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by civilians.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already talking, I'm sure you wouldn't mind a few words with
Dia jahat.
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Conferee of Cabriere by next month? Why are you hounding me now?
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month? I want 50% today. Wait, no, 70%.
Huh?
Oh, gitu hutang dulu.
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's a good time to leave?
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying
Oh,
to
child.
collect payments,
Child
why don't
ada
you settle your
sini.
own debts first. If Conferee of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first, before you get back to your little conversation here?
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too! What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, things have been pretty boring. But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy. Aren't you forgetting something?
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friends? Listen to me, boy. If you want your mora, fine. Why don't you come and take it?
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser said,
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boys, let's see who has to pay up now!
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients. You're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Go ahead. All yours.
I'm sure this won't take long.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
There is no escape.
Gitu.
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me you're...
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it? Huh?
Now's my chance!
Apa jadi?
Huh. That was weird. I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them. Maybe there's something wrong with my vision?
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
Northland Bank?
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
Huh? What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down about anything?
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself. But recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know why, but every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just now is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss. It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk. She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat techniques. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
But what is it? What did you awaken?
She never explained that, but my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a whale that was so massive, I felt like I couldn't breathe.
A whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that the one?
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind. I'll never forget it.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. Seems a little twisted to Paimon. So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Oh, it sounds like some kind of ghost story.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this world tend to be elusive like that. Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so I should get going.
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
And no, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
Official champion duelists? You mean it's their job to duel?
Yep, in Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist. The champion duelists are all-powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best, and the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point. So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted, but if they lose, they'll have no choice but to stand trial. And the worst-case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel. Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced to death. So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor. Otherwise, why gamble with your life?
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning the duel?
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine. Apparently the one I'm meeting today, Clorend, is the strongest of the champion duelists. I had been asking her for some time before she finally agreed to face me today.
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before. Clorand. Huh.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have this.
Huh? Your vision?
Dia bagi vision dia kat kita.
Seriously just giving
What?
it away?
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel, so I think I'll be better off without it for now. Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it when I have some time later.
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse to come talk to us again, don't you?
Whatever gave you that idea? I'll be in touch later.
Benda orang bagi vision kat orang.
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling down lately, but he seemed the same as ever to Paimon. Well, since we don't have much to do for now, we might as well walk around and see the city before Lenny's performance. Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for most of the story was the murderer all along! Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Whew. Paimon never saw that twist coming. The murder mystery novels here are amazing! The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but Paimon thinks this style of novels are more, well, novel. It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it too.
This part who the mother is.
Oh, sorry about that. Paimon will be more careful next time. Hey, shouldn't we be heading to the opera house to see Lenny's performance soon? It's almost time for the show to start, so we should get going. Lenny said that the opera house is on Aranias, so let's go
Apa ni?
to the aqua bus.
Oh, like the hours. Testify wing. Tu apa? Future. Anything else? Atas eh. Benda tu? Okay, biru. Yang mana boleh biru dekat ni? What? Kat atas kan? Wow, am I supposed to go up there? Oh ni ada teleportation. Bila kita pergi sana kita tengok-tengok dulu apa ada. Tak ada attack pun. tu ada ni lagi. Heron. Jangan guys. Ada hal jap. I will be right back. I'm back.
Time itself is a science. An antique's value is in the eye of the beholder.
Let's continue our journey. Ada barang ni. Miguino. Curiosity. Apa yang awak jual? Apa tu? Golden bird what? Mana ni? Golden bird. Increase elemental skill damage. Oh. Faham. Tepat dulu. Tengok mana kat atas. Okay. Ini catering.
Ad Astra Abbot.
Method. Oh, Fontaine ada. Orang lah. Dah ni ke? Belum gila. Camero.
Ad Astra.
Kali ni tak interact sangat dengan catering. Ni apa? Ni di atas tu. How should we go upstairs? Any idea? Oh, Romel. Paddle kan? Betul nama dia. Oh, ni ada ni, ada lift. Ni ada lift. Ada lift kan tu kan? Oh, yap. Sebelum tu kita pergi sini. Viewpoint. Beli ke? Weh. Kau tekan ni.
Welcome to the court of Fontaine. Please watch your step.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water.
Boleh tinggi kan? Ha, tu. Buka ni. Kau benda. Ship statue. Ni kita tak tengok lagi. Constellation. Failing Lake. Ini drop restore HP. Oh. Teaching of equity. Equity? Oh, yang tu equity. Oh, okay. Begini. Kalau full damage, you will lose a fixed amount of HP every second. Oh, ditolak. Okay. You study the ripple of in the water with timer. Low moving float bubbling. After you drop fire by a whole oh. If HP has been consumed, the maximum damage bonus can begin 5,000. Not bad tu ni. Oh, dia ikut mata Furina. Nice, nice. Kenapa pakai wing glider apa? Oh, ini okay. Let's go. Apa ni? Balas Marmonia. Okay, not yet. Tekan ke bawah. Mana rezat anjing ni? So, sekarang level 3 kan? Level 2. Level 2. Ke atas?
Welcome to the court of Fontaine. Please
Huh?
watch your step.
Apa ni? Oh, level 4. Yang tadi tu level 4. So, dia level 3 ni. Okay. Betul lah. Level 3. Navia line. Oh, dia dalam. So, dia ada 4 level Kalau masuk yang bawah sekali tu 5. Oh, kena tunggu bas. Dah sampai dah. Kena naik. Alfine. Tegus immediately.
Welcome to the Navia line. I am Elfan. The boat will be departing imminently. Please do not stick your head, hands, or other body parts outside the boat. The Aquabus operator is not responsible for any accidents or injuries resulting from doing so. Also, please remember to buy the Steambird, though I don't read it myself.
Oh tu domain apa nama? Tower.
Points of interest worth visiting include the Fountain of Lucine and the Opera Epiclese.
By the bridge.
Tu
yang terapung.
You will see the famous Fontaine Research Institute up in the sky. An
Ooh.
experiment gone wrong turned a new sightseeing opportunity. Human ingenuity truly is a wondrous thing.
Illusion shattered.
Nasib dia tak ada effect.
Approaching our final destination.
Effect apa?
Please be sure to bring all your
Karakter punya
personal
pergerakan.
belongings with you as you disembark.
Glitching ke apa kalau naik macam
Even though I will take
macam
any
naik
forgotten
lift.
items to the lost and found, the paperwork is rather annoying as Melazine hands are not suitable for grasping pens. Please be careful when disembarking. It has been my honor to be your tour guide this trip. Thank you.
Welcome to Fontaine. Jatuh kulit dog aku. Ni dah apa? Di bawah ke? Apa ada kabel sini ni. So the first thing first, apa kita kena buat? Kita claim tu, apa nama tu? Teleportation. Rainbow Rose. Dek, gimana dek? Jauh nong kau tadi ni. Jauh nong kau tak kau bang. Ini peach apa? What is that? Is that a peach or orange? Boleh fruit. Cui hua. Aku masih interested lah dengan tu, dengan buku tu. Macam tu. Nahida, do your work.
Still so many places for us to
Hi
explore.
Cici, welcome to the stream.
Hey, I see everything.
Check this out. Go.
Itu ke yang dia drop? What?
Hey,
Lepas tu? Where's the harvest spot? Mana? Atas tu. Is it atas ni?
everyone hold hands.
Ni tak faham. Tak ada understand. Oh. Oh ni tas dia. Gather 5 rainbow, gather 9 limidus value. So sekarang ni kita baru dapat claim ni. Banyak tak? Oh kawan. Event ni ada, oh ada time remaining 11 hari. Okay. Ada something tu sini.
I see everything.
It's really handy kalau ada ni Naidan. Tak faham.
Everyone hold in.
Fire it up!
Shine down!
Bombs away!
Wah, apa ni macam Rasengan ke?
Water jet!
I see everything.
Check this out!
There is no escape!
Hey,
Wish, dah 2 jam call live baru tahu gua keluar noti YouTube aku. I read it every time. Dah 2 jam dah. 2 jam lebih. Ini buat apa ni?
Water jet!
Oh.
Is
Okay,
this
saya kena interact dengan
alien
air.
from this world?
Tak apa. Wish what for? Nothing happened. YouTube select. Biasalah YouTube kan.
I see everything.
YouTube pun kadang-kadang bengong. So ada 2 assassin baru. Okay. Machine. Upon being attacked by its opposite. Wah, anjing ada. Ni apa? Possess 3 energy state. Use your balance phenomena. The balance state will be broken. Faham? Aku dah boleh nak pergi tempat. Okay. I'm gonna teleport here and then we go naik boot. Nak kena naik boot juga ke? Jalan je. Oh ni naik boot. Okay. Oh, ada angsa. Ada goose. Ada swan. Situ ada chest. Chest hijau. Nanti kot. Ni apa? Air terjun. Ada anjing. Rumahnya Golden Retriever. Salah tu, Flamingo. Flamingo Di sini jap. Mana dia warna biru ni? Apa ni? Aduh. Berani kau. Oh macam ni. Kau bikin random. Apa ni? Oh, dia kena aktifkan.
A reward on the road.
Dia kena aktifkan air tu serentak. Okay. Oh, ni pun tak ada kutip. Apa ni? Wow. Not understand. Not understandable. Kena pakai ni kot. Kokom ni kot. Baru jadi. Fontaine of Lucine. Lama. There seems to be harvest. Terus kita boleh harvest.
This is fancy! The opera at Eclairs. What a place!
Healthy and lives a peaceful life.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Vache.
Russia, huh?
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
Was she?
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you hearing things?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Lynette, you scared Paimon. Why did you get here?
Lenny asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Right.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you? Besides, it's the middle of the day. It's not the time for eerie things.
I see. I might be able to tell you something that could help explain the voice you heard. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
It's because of his sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to do with elemental power?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what? What does that have to do with anything?
Just answer me. When do you cry?
Yo lah Paimon.
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy. Oh, and also when Paimon's really, really scared.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say? If you were hearing their emotions, then Paimon wonders what happened to them.
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first. Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Lenny might help him relax a little before he goes on stage.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Let's go in and see Lenny.
View 10 aku pause jap. Dan kita akan sambung. Sekejap lagi. Sekarang baru 78 minit. Aku tak end stream, aku pause je. Aku nak continue gameplay ni nanti. Dah. Okay. Apa aku dapat? Oh ni ha. Tak boleh ni comel sangat tu. Comel tu. Macam Pokemon. Macam dalam Honkai Star Rail, Pon-Pon. Entah nama dia. Pon-Pon kan? The train conductor.
Ah, Traveler and Paimon. Good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment. I'll fetch the tickets. The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Ooh, front row seats. Thanks, Lenny.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Lenny! Could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lenny.
Okay, sementara tu kita duduk jap. Tengok AFK. Kita jumpa selepas ini. Jadi aku sambung okay. AFK jap. Hello. I'm back. Okay, let's continue our journey. Go to the seat Lenny arrange. Mak tu. Siapa tu? Furina ke?
Oh, these should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down. Uh, Hey, traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still, it's kinda awkward if we don't say anything. You little... Of course you put this on Paimon.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry. I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down. Wait, that's not it, Paimon's... Sorry, Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So, let's talk, but, what should we talk about? Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linny then? Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Teyvat. And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself.
Muka macam ni tu.
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet, what an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
Wait, Nervillet? Could he be...
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Whoa! Sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really. And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to. There's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later, otherwise she may become flustered.
Huh? Oh, it's Furina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Yay! The show's finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before!
Who am I?
Oh! They're dimming the lights! The show must be starting! Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Duduklah Paimon.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epicles. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today. Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way,
Kenapa Lynette
even the
macam
gods won't be able to
surang
help
eh?
us.
Apa jadi dia?
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real
Tadi bukan
magic.
Loki.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless. Huh? But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Tu copycat dia. Weird. So, yang tadi tu macam
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Hyman didn't see him do anything. Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Guess you're right. Hyman couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough, but Lynette is still my assistant after all. In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member. Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here and one is there in the aisle among the audience. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap! Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow! How's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meropide.
Oh, okay.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that!
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
60, 59, 58!
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
Itu je dia ulang.
54, 53, 52? Huh? Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is. Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Mati kelawa tu.
You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something.
40, 39, 38!
Mr. Linney, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, mid-air right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. Ah, what was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
Bergaul-gaul.
25, 24,
25 ya.
What's wrong, Mr. Linney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds. Hear them counting?
19, 18, 17!
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10!
Almost
Bisa
there
terjadi
now.
ni.
Whew, swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
Wih, mana perempuan tu mati?
What happened?
What the hell? Bapak dark siap.
Huh? Is this part of the show? Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough. Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance. And there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
The serial disappearances case?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly? I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Kenapa budak ni pula yang kena?
Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
That can't be right. How can Linny do this? He was in the box on the stage the entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linney and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
I just think that he... Well, I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Farina said it all.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean you, Traveler. You'll support Linny, won't you? After all, he was the one who helped you the first time we met. Then there's no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met. But with Linny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case? Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth. Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big-shot Outlander can build in such a short amount of time. I'm really quite looking forward to hearing it.
Linny!
Faham aku. Drama dia.
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer? Good to hear. Thank you so much for trusting me. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But, if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not, and I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible. Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh? Don't
Tempat
worry,
beli
Paimon
semata.
used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our
Dia
travel
tidur apa
funds.
jadi?
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste,
Dia orang
Lynette.
tengok magic show, and then magic show tu ada
That's the right
accident,
attitude.
which
Feeling
is
depressed isn't
ada
going to
water
help me
tank
now. I need
jatuh
to get
atas
back to my normal
kepala
self.
orang.
But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be our
Tapi orang
attorneys.
yang dalam tu,
Thanks for that. We'll be counting on you.
perempuan yang dalam
thank you so
kotak tu
much.
hilang. Dia tukar tempat dengan one of the magician punya puak.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Ah, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case! Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
Ah, I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Aku tertidur lepas Child bagi vision
Come
dia.
with me and you'll see. The deceased is
Lepas
one
Child
of
bagi
Linny's
vision dia
assistants,
dekat
Stephen Cowell.
Traveler,
Even though he had to
Traveler
join the
pergi
troop
ke
long, he was
ni,
hardworking
ke
and
opera
everyone
ni.
generally liked him.
Ada magic show.
The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the
First,
props,
second magic
as
show
well as
jadi.
assisting with
Yang
the
the
show and
third
keeping
one
the
tu,
crowd engaged. As you probably
Lene
saw
tukar
when
tempat
you were in the
nak kena
audience,
apa?
the water
Kira
tank
magic show
suddenly
teleport
fell
tu lah kan.
and
Tukar
smashed
tempat
the
tu
box with
dengan
Cowell
ada
inside
satu
it.
perempuan, random perempuan ada dekat dalam tempat ni. Lene dah keluar daripada kotak tu. Yang perempuan yang patut keluar tu tak ada. Yang mati tu pengikut Lene tu.
This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence. Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
It's record. Guardian's investigation report. This is identity. Ini bukan yang itulah kawan tadi kan, yang panggil Lenny tu. But the Guardians. Tu nak kena pakai benda ni. Oh tak ya. Use perception skill.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, traveler?
Takkanlah sebab firework tu kat bawah. Benda tu kat atas gila kan.
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left. Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means... Wait! Why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes!
Pressure rope. Okay, now the water tank must be struck. It's Moninda. Always.
Hello there! What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her, and we have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all. which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us. It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Tadi guard tu nama Desmond kata dia tak ada magic dalam dunia. Meanwhile Paimon tengah terbang. Itulah itu. Kiranya scene dah habis lah kan? Ya tu. Oh, ada lagi.
Whoever the murderer, this rope, why would it be? Gosh, no what?
Apa hilang? Itu kat luar ke?
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Ada Swift.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president.
Navia now ni.
Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rosula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand. That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too! That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Miss Hydro kan?
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her. All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Well?
Not always.
And why would that be? See, Silver and Maloose? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, demoiselle. I too think that the Traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors. Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant, sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
That's more like it.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lenny's tricks. Thanks!
Eh? Oh. Christine.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here, at least, not from that point on. I doubt there was much opportunity then, either.
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not
Cara dia
abandon my
bercakap,
post,
cara
and I
dia
stayed put no matter
gerak
how
gaya dia
loud the
macam
applause
kelilingan
was.
ni tu.
If
Dengan
someone
Dory.
had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here. Alright, thank you for your help. This will be useful info.
So kita dapat evidence. Ni kita akan cari lagi 2 evidence. Molly.
Lenny's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright.
Okay. lagi kan. Tak ada pergi belah sana pula.
I see that you're investigating the area. If you find any new and
Aduh,
interesting
tertekan.
leads, be sure to share them with me, all right?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
No, ni betul-betul habiskan story ni dah 3 jam.
Perhaps the balance wasn't right,
Kinda?
leading to a particularly rough landing. Oh, that's true.
Kalau aku tak buat kan, ada spoiler.
Suppose I must
Kat TikTok lah
reconsider.
banyak spoiler. Rajin pula dia orang ni record.
Remind Paimon though.
Post dekat
What
TikTok.
was with that sound?
Geram. So daripada aku tengok spoiler tu, baik aku main. Tak, betul tak? Boleh tak macam tu? Cuma je spoiler, tak nak. Tak best. Ni dah pergi tadi, gila. Ada lagi ke? Ni halas. Pintin.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector?
Ada juga yang tengok video.
You're trying to help them?
Ada juga
That'll be a
yang
tall
tengok video
order.
macam mana nak settlekan.
Lenny used the
Kata
machine
apa?
to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl
Takat ni tak
that later
ada.
disappeared.
Takat ni
Well, we
kalau
thought there might be a
aku
serious
buat
problem
story
with the
apa kan,
machine, so we
okey
had it
je.
taken away for further
Tapi kalau
inspection.
macam ada event tu,
Turns out that the
event
seat
cari
number
barang ke
picked
apa,
wasn't
itu
random
baru
at
aku
all. The
refer
machine picks
YouTube,
that same
refer
number
video.
every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words,
So, macam story
Linny knew
ni,
who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
belajar sendiri je.
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Even though it's bad for Linny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
Random number selector. Dah habis kan?
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon
Dah
wonders how
sampai baru
Linny's
ke?
discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Sempat DM aku.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs and will be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Oh, yang tak tukar ke thumbnail live Genshin dengan gambar baru?
Fine by me.
Nanti aku buat.
Oh, new helpers?
Setakat ni
I would be
belum
most
ada
grateful.
lagi.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
Buka caramu, Aisyah.
I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all works!
Korang boleh tahu lah sebab adik kau tu perempuan.
Field was more
Kau tu
amazing than
lelaki.
the last!
Boo. Weh, macam merah. Cantik kan?
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete.
Kacau.
The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around?
Gigit ayam dia.
I think we can come up
Gigit
with
ayam.
more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course, no need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
The magic trick. On stage magic box structure. Audience side magic box structure. Bombastic side eyes. Huh? Oh. Apa ni?
Huh. What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
Drop hook rope. Investigate vase.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Apa tu?
Oh, Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear? And here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Broken vase. Broken flower vase. Vase. Apa ni? Clothing.
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right? Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them?
Kenapa tu ke mata lain?
This is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
Ini ada air vent. Mungkin dia masuk sini kan? Dia keluar situ.
What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through here.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, this space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right! Let Paimon write that down.
Tunnel van. Was it?
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes, let's head back up.
Naik balik. Return to the surface.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. It seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then! You know, like the kind you usually see in novels!
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial.
Ini yang Paimon kepala bapak kau tu ni Paimon, tapi yang kepala bapak kau tu bukan dia.
During the
Itu orang lain.
proceedings, the Chief Justice and the oratrice will hear statements from both sides. That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the oratrice.
Itu sound tu bukan original punya
It's as if
sound.
the oratrice has its own will and is a judge in its own right.
Itu hanya editan
This
saja.
also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. And not that this has ever happened anyway.
Kiok. Kenapa kiok?
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Neverlet called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment, which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice. Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Huh? Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to
Ayo,
spread
apa
key
kat
information about
background
the case
tu
ahead of
kecil
time.
benar. Background
I'm
kecil
ready to
benar.
break out at
Mana?
any time.
Oh yeah, bro, video atas.
Paimon thinks they have a point.
Huh?
That said,
Apa ni?
food.
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of
Orang
Fontaine's
yang kat
famous
atas pentas
desserts
tu nampak
too.
kecil.
I mean, what better way to
Oh,
properly
saya
think
pergi
through our
dulu.
findings
Okay,
than over
thank
some
you
tea
voice
and sweets?
fake datang ke stream aku.
Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all. Just kidding. Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Demoiselle.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
buat biskut.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snack soon enough.
Ya, agak betul-betul ni.
We are quite the interesting group.
Makaron?
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven.
Makaron?
Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't
Besar
stop
betul makaron dia.
eating. From the
Besar
way you
cawan
had
je.
these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Paimon was just thinking, aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making
Makaron tu
snacks.
burger tu. Oh,
Don't underestimate
burger.
beating egg whites, by the way. It's
Tapi
a real
burger
arm
apa
workout.
pakai almond?
You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway, give these a try. Fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each
Saya
of
nak
us.
explanation burger apa tu? Pakai almond.
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head.
Oh, dia Geo.
You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would
Ada Geo
you?
Vision kat sini.
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite. Strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit. No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the Magic Troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet!
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest!
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you? If Paimon ate those
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Malus, set up the stove again if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Kalau bukan kau makan sama makan Paimon, ha? Berani betul.
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the two of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
All right, thanks for your help and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Probably of third person being what?
All right, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
Kita tinggal gather 9 Lumidu spell. Ni tak jumpa lagi. Dalam air pun tak travel lagi. Tinted. Ni boss ni pun tak lawan lagi. Ni boss ni pun tak lawan lagi. So kita kena tunggu pukul 8 hingga 10. Okay. I think I'm gonna end code. Kalau sudah 3 jam. Tak boleh keluar. Tak boleh keluar ni. Macam mana ni Ustaz? Oh, this may affect your current quest process. But so aku kena kesiapkan ni jugalah baru boleh keluar. Damn it. I was planning to end stream. Okay, tak apalah. Tak apalah, aku end stream dulu lah. Dah 3 jam sudah. Esok kot aku sambung. Aku sambung esok kot. Sebab sekarang ni kalau aku teleport keluar, dia takut kacau story. So maksud dia kalau esok aku siapkan story ni, and then aku boleh buat daily mission. Which one? Korang nak aku sambung ke nak aku pause dulu? What do you guys say? Bodoh. Dia buat poll ke? Dia buat poll. Okay, aku akan buat poll. Korang vote lah, yep. Itu pool. Pool. Pool tu nak buat apa? Hiok. Korang vote lah. Korang vote, nanti aku tengok. Aku tak tahu aku boleh buat pool. Lol. Baru seorang vote, lagi dua yang tengah tengok ni. Tolong vote.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and
357
unchanging.
Kalau tak ada ni, aku akan proceed dengan dengan that. Okay. 837.
Why would it be him? How strange. Gosh, no wonder the serial disappearances never got solved. We all heard that noise, didn't we? Well, there was no chance Paimon could have seen that the box had 2 layers. And that's why only the 2 of them can perform this trick. There was no third person. And Paimon didn't eat more than 3 macarons either. Digging a tunnel just for a magic trick? Whew, that must have been a lot of work. That size wouldn't have been a problem for Paimon. Whoever the murderer was, they must have made preparations well beforehand. People needed to register and reserve a seat for the show. That, combined with this number selector, could allow you to pick a young lady instead of some old fogey. This is probably a prop, too. Oh, looks like it could hook onto a lot of things. Like the traveler's fishing rod. This flower vase is probably a prop for the show. But it also could have been used in the crime.
Kenapa hashtag 8 tu? Kenapa cara tu? Okay, dah 837. Aku akan sampai esok. Thank you siapa yang vote tadi. Kita akan jumpa esok. Waktu tidak sure lah. Okay guys, bye bye. I see you guys tomorrow or later. Tomorrow or sooner. I think tomorrow kot. Okay lah, tomorrow lah. Tomorrow I don't know what time. Maybe petang ataupun malam. Okay, bye bye. Good night guys. Assalamualaikum. Thank you kucing datang stream aku. Thank you Boys Fit datang stream. Thank you Afif. Thank you Random Every Time. Thank you Cici. Thank you Pak Musha. Thank you Natasha. Thank you siapa lagi? Thank you Achat. Thank you Ara. Thank you Yura underscore. Siapa lagi? Saja kot. Bye bye guys. Thank you so much datang stream aku. Kalau ada kesempatan aku join esok. Okay kucing. Thank you though. Bye bye guys. Good night.